Good afternoon, LEC community. It's me, Ivan Ramirez, Digital Experience Director, doing another spotlight of our Latinx Eductor Award nominees. Today, I'm joined by Kyle Joyce, Administrator at Eisenhower Elementary, Middle School.
Middle school.
Middle school. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing today?
Good. It's been after the break, it was a good work day. Getting a lot of things done, catching up after the break. But yeah, had a good Thanksgiving break. How was yours?
Mine was great. It's always great to spend time with family and getting a little extra break in. Unfortunately, I was a little sick over break, but what a great time to be sick when you don't have to take off for work or anything. So it's very convenient. I couldn't have planned that any better. Glad to start back the week healthy.
Yeah, no, I was sick right before the break. One of those respiratory things that's going around.
I think I caught it. It's going around. So
yeah. And my body didn't feel sick. It was just all in my head. But now I'm all well.
Good. Well, I'm glad we're both healthy for this.
Yeah. Oh, there's a comment. We are starting good with the comments. Patrick Stinson, Mr. Joyce is one of the best administrators I ever worked with. There you go. Hopefully we'll get more comments as we get going. But yeah, we want our community to get to know you. Oh, there's another one. Órale, jefe.
These teachers are the best. I'm so lucky to work with them. They're the best that I've ever worked with. So
Miss Patrick is another teacher in your
Patrick is another he has gone from being a phenomenal teacher to now a remarkable instructional coach.
Oh, okay.
Because he's so good at what he does, he needs to go lead other teachers at being amazing. So he's in another building now, but I did get the privilege and pleasure to work with him during last year, coming out of COVID, my first year. So It was a great experience.
That was your first year as an administrator, the year of COVID?
Coming out of COVID, yeah. Coming back from virtual to in-person, yes.
Yeah.
Trial by fire.
How was it? It probably prepared you really good. Yeah.
Well, Stinson and Delgado can confirm. It was wonderful. So we had 4 administrators at the time. It was a principal and 3 assistant principals. We thought it would do really, really well if we all just caught COVID in August, the first day of school, and be out for the 10 to 12 days, and so that's what happened. So all the administrators caught it the first week of school, which was never pleasant, and I don't recommend it to anybody. And so that was the start of my being an admin at Eisenhower. Everybody was very kind and gracious, very helpful on my way back. So that was how it started out.
You could not have planned that to have everybody sick.
And if I had the opportunity, I wouldn't plan it that way.
No.
Other than that, once I got back, it was really hit the ground running and, trying to take care of teachers, trying to take care of kids, and trying to take care of everybody so that, kids are safe and teachers are safe. Teachers get ideally plan time, right? Stinson was, I could tell you for a fact, Stinson probably never, I probably shouldn't, but Stinson worked through hardly ever having a plan time. He was a trooper, and I could just go on and on about Mr. Stinson and Miss Delgado. They were champions through, as were many of the teachers, champions through the pandemic.
No, and I think it takes, a leader, an administrator, a building leader for our teachers to show their best selves. But with that, I think we've gotten to know you a little bit about yourself. But tell us about yourself, your role, your journey.
Oh, my role and my journey. So I was born and raised here in Kansas City, Kansas. I am a product of KCK. I am a product of our school system. I am very fortunate to be an admin in the school that my wife and I attended when we were in middle school. So that's very exciting. Some of the teachers are still here and doing phenomenal, of course. We had a great experience as students here, and it's really cool to be working beside them now.
Mm.
So born and raised here, like I said, I was fortunate enough to have both parents in my home for a short amount of time. I ended up losing my mom when I was 21. At the time, I was going to KU for architecture. I knew my entire life I wanted to be an architect. I was the best at it. No one was better than I was at it, and I enjoyed it. It was a blast to watch what could be in somebody's head and to put it into reality. Um, when my mom got sick, I dropped out of school to hang out and take care of my mom so my dad could work. Um, at the time, I ended up working at a Montessori preschool, which is kind of where I got my feet wet. Learned that teaching is kind of cool. Teaching young kids are really cool. And it was there where I kind of figured out that I wanted to be a teacher. So like I said, started out in preschool, really kind of worked my way up through the ranks. I graduated to becoming a kindergarten teacher at a KCK school, and then went on to become a third grade teacher. Then I went to the SPED side of things, which was a really an eye-opening experience. And then I taught I was a restorative justice specialist at a alternative school in our district, which is definitely a lot of work, but had phenomenal admin there and a phenomenal team of people. What else did I do? Really, I'm in my second year as an admin right now. I have an amazing family, a wonderful wife, of course, a wonderful son whom we just adopted, last Friday, the Friday before Thanksgiving. So that's been 6-7 years in the works. So finally we get to begin the journey of having a complete family, a legal family now. So that was fun. And then I got a beautiful daughter, Lorelei, that I just love and adore and miss all the time. So that's kind of me in a nutshell.
Okay, there's a lot there. Teaching is cool, like you said. Teaching is cool. Also, you have a big heart for being able to like drop your education and taking care of your mom while she was sick. So that says a lot about you. And also being in education, you've done it all. So it shows why, yeah, you're a really good administrator. You've done it all. Um, I want to adopt a kid someday, so we'll talk after this. Yeah, I know
I
it's a
got
long
lot, we got
process.
oh I got lots of wisdom for you. Let me
Yeah,
tell you.
but congratulations, last Friday.
Yes, last Friday is brand new. It's been 6 or 7 years in the making, and it was a powerful experience to be in the room with all the family that have been a part of his life and part of our life, and to watch the judge say, okay, raise your hand if you're going to be adopted today, and then tell them that we found your forever home. So it was very, very
Mhm.
cool experience. Definitely not one that everybody gets to have, but
Mhm.
it's somebody said, one of my good friends said, it the law only recognized what we've known all along, that this is the family
Yeah,
that he
yeah,
belongs to. So very exciting day
yeah.
for him and for us.
Well, I'm happy for all of you, for your family. Congrats.
Thank you.
Well, I want to read you some of the comments that your nominator made. You
Uh,
were nominated for Administrator of the Year. I want to know what that means to you, but let me read some of the comments also. This is my second year working with Kyle Joyce, Mr. Kyle Joyce. In that time, he has displayed his talents and character as a leader. Often the first one to arrive and the last one to leave, Mr. Joyce works tirelessly to ensure that all staff and students are taken care of. The person, this Anastasia says that you search for ways to improve as an administrator, never wanting to be just good enough. You are very accepting, inviting, welcoming. Mr. Joyce genuinely wants to be the best that he can be for the Eisenhower community. Um, that, and I also heard. Well, let me get your reactions for that. Yeah, what does all mean to you to be nominated?
I don't really have words. I know Delgado and I have had many discussions about, I feel like this is my job. It's my job to be everything that I possibly can for these teachers that are working really, really hard. Many of them are, putting their life on hold. Many of them are just they're giving up so much and they're putting forth so much every single day, that I feel like at the bare minimum that they should always have um, an administrator that's caring, an administrator that's kind and understanding and inviting and welcoming, but also one that is their cheerleader, that they always have somebody that knows that we all could be better and that sees in them probably what they can't see. It's real easy to get caught up in our work. I mean, especially as teachers, we just kind of I don't say go through the motions loosely. I just, of course we give 100% or 120% of ourselves. That's what we do. And that can get exhausting. And so, they need that. They need to know that I see you, I hear you, I see you working very, very hard. These Miss Delgado does it day in and day out. She's the example of what it means to be a phenomenal educator. And we need more of those. And we need to recognize those because our work isn't easy. And and more than anything, it's always been difficult, but post-pandemic, I feel like it's been extra difficult to be an educator, and to be an effective educator as well. But we need to hold on to our good ones. So what does it mean? It's from coming from somebody like Delgado. It's very humbling. It's very, it means a lot coming from her.
Hearing you say that you see them, we are really proud of that because one of our values here at the LSE is humanity. And just hearing an administrator say that you see the humanity of your educators, no, that's really inspiring. And yeah, kudos to you. We know Anastasia; she's an amazing teacher. We also have heard that you have inspired some of your teachers to become administrators. So that speaks a lot. You're doing a really, really good job at Eisenhower Middle School, which speaks of the importance of Latinx educators in general. Why do you think that's important?
I feel like we're in the business of humans. Like, we're in the business of taking care of people. Parents give us their best product that they have, and we have to make them grow from there. And that's a tough task. And what I can say is that our teachers are up for the challenge. We have the best teachers, we have the best staff, and we just need to be in the business of taking care of our people. That, like I said, give 150% every single day. They're putting it all on the line for kids that are not theirs, for other people's kids, and they deserve to be recognized. They deserve to be put on a pedestal. They deserve to take that day off. They deserve that pat on the back, that recognition, the opportunity to take a 5-minute break, to have a bathroom break if you're Delgado. They deserve that. Your question, can you repeat it one more time?
Why are Latinx teachers important?
Oh, there's just simply not enough. We are growing as, our heritage is growing, and it's important. Our presence oftentimes goes unnoticed. And we're a group of people that we just tend to be silently work, and we work hard. And we need more people like that. And we also need people that continue to lift those people up. Delgado and I have a really great relationship where we lift each other up. There's never this dynamic of teacher admin. That's not what it's about. We're doing this work together, and we're constantly pulling each other up to do that. And that's what we're supposed to do. It's important because in our school system right now, our Hispanic population is growing.
Yeah.
And our Hispanic teacher ratio is not to the speed in which we would like it to be. where we have teachers that look like them, that sound like them, that speak like them, that have much of the same experiences as they do. And Delgado has made it very clear to me that we don't have the administrators that have that same recognition as well, or excuse me, that that we see them as often, and that's true. I don't recall, I think, until I got to college that I saw an administrator that was Hispanic,
Mhm.
and that meant a lot to me because it's important. When we talk about our heritage and we talk about our experiences, I know that there's somebody that understands me. There's somebody that sees me, and we could share, much of our experiences, our shared experiences.
Mhm. No, you speak with such passion that I'm sure your teachers in the building also see that, and that probably that contributes to them giving more to the parents' best product. I love that quote. They give us the best product, which is true. The parents give us their best product, their children, and there's a lot of trust that comes with that.
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot of trust, and that's something that we as educators and administrators need to always remember, that it takes a lot of faith to just drop your kid off with these people for 8 hours a day.
Mhm.
And I wish there was a healthier connection, obviously, where parents understood that as well, like, hey, we know your kids too. But at the same time, yeah,
Mm.
it's a lot of courage to share your kids with us,
Yeah,
and we don't take that lightly, especially here.
yeah, no, I can see that. Well, as we near the end, I want to know what keeps you going. You spoke with such passion about what you do at Eisenhower and throughout your educational career. But what is that special thing that keeps you going?
Um, if you don't mind, can I ask about, or can I answer why representation matters?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, I have a student that I taught in kindergarten, long, long ago, that happened to be, enrolled in my school, at the end of first quarter. Sweet girl, love her to death. And, there was this, it was something that was really humbling for me. And I hope it's humbling to all the other educators and administrators that are watching, because it really never hit me as hard as it did this year. So I had her in kindergarten, I had her in third grade. And, I always told them, when I was a brand new educator, I always told them that I was Superman. And it was just a running joke. I would always wear like my Superman shirt underneath, and I would accidentally, like they'd see it and they'd go, "Oh, he is Superman. He is Superman." Or, I would, talk to Batman on my phone, and it was really cool for them. Or I'd have my Superman socks, and so it was really cool to have that relationship with them. And I say that because an experience that I had with her um, this year was when she found out via Delgado. She found out um, that I was Mexican, and she never knew that, and that bothered her. And so I have it on video because there's a camera right outside my office where she comes around the corner and sees me. And sure enough, she put her hands on her hips and she got out her finger and came at me and she goes, "Mr. Joyce, out of all these years, you told me that you were Superman. And I always thought that that was really cool. Even when I knew you weren't, I always knew you were Superman. But you never told me that you were like me."
Whoa.
It caught me off guard. I said, "Well, what do you mean?" And she said, You never told me that you were Mexican like me, that you could talk like me, that you have the same family and the same heritage as I do." And I couldn't speak, which anybody on here knows. Mr. Joyce is never short on words, but she caught me off guard. It didn't matter that I wasn't Superman. She could take Superman, but
Mhm.
that didn't matter, because being Mexican, having that in common meant more to her than anything.
Mhm.
And that's when it really hit me that we had that in common. And so I look at that as representation does matter. Even when you think it doesn't, when you get kind of caught up in the humdrum of the day, representation matters. It matters to these kids. They need people to look up to. They need people to know that they look like them, they sound like them. And as she said, you could speak like me. That's important. So I just thought that was a really, really cool story. And I wanted to lift that up because that hit me pretty hard. Because I didn't know that mattered to her as much as I thought it did, but it did. And so what keeps you going? It sounds super cheesy and it sounds super cliche. When I was a teacher, I was in it for the kids. But now that I'm an admin, my focus has changed. Of course, I'm here for the kids. I want the kids to have the education that they deserve to have. But more than anything, I want these teachers to know that I am here for them, that I am going to be on the front lines, that I'm not going to be, making decisions, in a vacuum, that I want them to know that when I speak for our school, that when I speak for our kids, it's with them on my mind. There's a running joke in our school because I do the sub coverage every morning for, our teachers that weren't able to be here today, whether they're sick or, what have you. I have to tell these teachers that, they'll be covering a class today. It's not my favorite part of the job, obviously, but I want them to know like the pain that comes in when I have to put, their name down that they're covering that day. I want them to know that they keep me going. Watching them work hard every single day, day in and day out with a smile on their face, knowing that, hey, I'm going to come in the next day. I'm ready for the next, whatever comes down the pipe, they're ready for it. And they have such good attitudes. They're the inspiration. They do everything that you ask of them and more. They're staying up late to plan these incredible lessons. And they're working with each other to make sure they're all on the same page, that their kids get the best education so that when those parents do give us their best product, we send them home even better than when they left them that day. So these teachers are what keep me going. I wondered how I would do on this side of the desk, so to speak, from becoming a teacher to an admin. But I feel like because I was a teacher for so long, that I can say that I understand you. When you're feeling some type of way, I hear you. I know that because I felt that, and I respect that. I honor that, and I'm going to hear you, and I'm going to do everything I can to make your life and your job easier. And I feel like that's my job. Again, it goes back to I feel like that's my job, is to make your life easier here. And so these teachers nowadays, they're a whole nother breed, and they gotta be. They keep me going. They're the best thing we got going in this world, and I think the world of them.
Well, thank you for sharing that story at the beginning. If we hadn't, how being Mexican triumph over being Superman. I love that story.
Oh, isn't that incredible? Like I thought Superman was here, but no. Like Mexicans up here.
Yes.
So it was life-changing.
I'm gonna bring that story with me. I wish we had leaders like you, more leaders like you, not only in education, but just in general, that see the humanity in people. At the end of the day, we're all in this together, being human, trying to do the best we can. There's also, let me show you a comment. So there's a debate practice going on apparently.
Yeah. That student was at one of my schools. I put a lot of time into that, and so if he's watching, I'm telling him hello, and I know he's doing great things at debate.
Well, this is the end of our conversation together, but hopefully we'll keep hearing more from you. You know, the LEC is here to support you, support teachers, other teachers. So reach out to us. Any final thoughts? Any last minute words that you have?
No, just thank you for taking the time to recognize, our teachers and the admin that are out there. Education is a hard place to be right now, but the people that are in it, and that you all are no doubt spotlighting, deserve the spotlight. Let's continue to recognize them because, again, they're the inspiration. They're what keep us going. And I just appreciate that we're recognizing these amazing people that are doing hard work day in and day out.
Well, thank you for being here with us. We'll be chatting soon.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.